Hi, I'm Jenny Taylor Martin, a director here at Edgar Cayce's A.R.E. Today I'm speaking with author and psychic Darrin William Owens about Mysteries of the Supernatural, which also happens to be the title of his latest book. Hi Darrin, it's nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So the supernatural is all over TV now, it's all over movies. What do you think it is about the supernatural that creates such an interest?
I think it's our fascination with the unknown. It's a mystery what lies beyond the veil. So we're always investigating. You know, we're adventurous spirits as human beings. So when we take adventures within the mind, within our spirituality, we also take adventures within the supernatural. We want to know what else lies beyond just the physical world, and I think that's just an innate fascination for everyone.
So what is meant by beyond the veil?
Well, for me in my work, Beyond the Veil represents a multi-dimensional exploration. It's not just what happens after we die. It's not just the other side of the physical world. It is a multi-dimensional realm beyond the veil. And I've experienced many realms in my work. So when I talk about that in my work and in the new book, it's an array of different realms, God's many mansions. I think that's the best explanation, beyond the realm.
So what are some of the realms? Can you tell us about them?
There's the dark realm, which is popular but yet not so popular, and that's where the fallen angels, demonic beings reside. It's lower vibrational consciousnness, if we want to say it in that term. So it's the not so pretty side of our spiritual lives that hang out. It's like I always say the dark realm is like the corner of the house where you don't dust very well. So that's the dark realm. We have the paranormal realm, which is extremely popular these days on reality TV. That's the realm with the ghosts and the souls and crossing over and that type of thing. That's the realm that is the most popular right now. And I think one realm that people don't often think of is the nature realm. And that's the realm with the nature spirits and the fairies and sort of the archetypes of nature that take care of the ecosystem. That's a realm unto itself.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a really nice realm. And the multi-dimensional realm. And that's the realm in my work where I call it's the drawer in your kitchen that has everything in it, where you just throw things. That's the multi-dimensional realm. So you have the cryptid creatures, multi-dimensional beings that reside within this realm. It's that kind of fascinating area where we have physical creatures and non-physical creatures. So there's a variety of realms. Yeah.
Now, you have a chapter in your book titled Tools of the Trade. What do you mean by that?
It's a chapter that I needed to write in this book. A lot of questions I get in my work is, how do I keep my house blessed and free of negative energy? How do I get rid of ghosts if there's one in my house? How do I keep my energy clear and clean? And how do I stop psychic vampires from taking my energy? So I decided to write a chapter within the Supernatural book, talking about different prayers, different rituals you can do at home to always keep your home and yourself clear of negative energy and high vibration.
You do have a lot of prayers in your book. So give us an example of some of the prayers you might have and what they'd be used for.
Prayer, I think, is the foundation of any kind of spiritual work. You've got to have a connection to God or the source. And even within your home, if you're just keeping your home clean and clear, it's an invocation. You're bringing spiritual energy into your physical life, and that's part of what prayer is all about. So for me, a simple prayer would be, divine love be in my thoughts. And that's a good morning prayer when you're going to work. Divine love be in my actions. When you're in the traffic and you're stuck in traffic, divine love be in my patience today. Divine love be in this situation with me. And you're bringing high vibrational energy into your situation and in your life. And that's really all it is.
You're an author and a speaker, but you're also a working intuitive.
Right.
So what is it like to get a psychic reading? For somebody who's never had a psychic reading, can you say what's the value of it and what is a reading like?
A reading with me is literally a life exploration. Everything in our life up to this point has meaning, it has influence. So really I go through with a client and we look at the way they're thinking, the way they're feeling. Do they have a spiritual connection? Do they have a connection to the source? It all goes into the same pot, I say, as far as your healthy life. It's not as a fortune-telling reading. I don't do those. I don't think fortune-telling or that type of reading really helps anyone, because if they don't have a spiritual life, if they don't have a spiritual foundation, they're not really living life to their full potential. So reading with me is literally an intuitive perspective on their emotional, spiritual, and mental life and how they can improve that. And I use my psychic ability to find ways and tools for them to do that. So it's a very in-depth process. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what made you write this book, and what do you hope your readers will get from it?
I hope they get a better perspective of the supernatural. And one of the main reasons I wrote the book was the saturation of paranormal reality shows and the misinformation that's being programmed into individuals' minds. Over the years, I would be getting calls. I do spiritual cleansings or exorcisms in my work. So people would call me having problems with spirits or ghosts in their home after watching a reality show and trying to do the same thing they saw on the show. Go into graveyards and and stir things up, per se.
Right.
So it's like flies to flypaper if we don't know what we're doing with the supernatural and dealing with spirits. So that was another reason I wrote the book, was to give a good primer on the legitimate and grounded way of looking at the supernatural and the respect that we must have for those that have passed on. There's a lot of lack of respect for people that have died that may be earthbound. I have a friend that's a paranormal investigator, and she says ghosts were people too.
Yeah,
we have to have that kind of respect. So that was the main foundation for the book.
You mentioned you do exorcism.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
In my work, exorcism is an enlightened form of spiritual healing. It's a transformation it's an energy medicine technique, actually. So, and we exercise ourselves all the time. Again, when we're having a bad mood and we tell ourselves, okay, don't think that way, take a breath, change your thoughts, you've just exorcised yourself from a negative thought to a positive thought. And that's what exorcism really is in my work. It's an energy medicine modality. So it's helping people transform their energy from negative to positive.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so it's not removing a spirit that's inside of them? Or?
It's also removing spirit attachments. So it's not as much a spirit being inside somebody as it is affecting their auric field or their energy field of the body. Okay. We are influenced by energies. So when you are literally transforming your thoughts, you're also transforming any negative debris, energy debris, that might be in your energy system. Yeah. And I just happen to do a magnified version of that, if I have to. So that's a little bit better than those scary movie definitions of exorcism.
Yeah,
it's
a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. An enlightened form of exorcism as energy medicine. That's how I define it.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever help spirits move on, those that you mentioned are earthbound?
Yes, that's one of my main focuses in my work as well. I don't talk to spirits, I don't have a mediumship ability like that, only in the process of helping them cross over. Okay. So when someone calls me about needing to do a house blessing, or they actually have a spirit that follows them into a reading, it's always because I'm supposed to help that spirit cross over, to get them to go from here to there. And that's a very important process. Yeah. These spirits are lonely and unhappy and they're lost, so I help them find their way. And again, when we transform our energy, we're also doing that. We're bringing the vibration of love into the situation. And that's really what a soul needs to cross over, is the aspect of love to guide the way.
Well, the book is wonderful.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it's very popular, too.
Yes, it is. I'm happy about that. I'm glad that the message is getting out there.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.